How's it going, everyone? It's Milwaukee coming back at you once again. And today we're going to be talking about Green Lantern Corps Willpower by Peter J. Tomasi with art by Fernando Pasarin. Let's get into it. Green Lantern Corps number 0. We get a new origin for Guy Gardner as a failed police officer. Green Lantern Corps number 13. Newly christened Lantern Sentinel Guy Gardner defies Guardian orders. He decides to head for Earth, where he gets ambushed by the Third Army. John Stewart undertakes a mission to restore Mogo. Green Lantern Corps issue 14. Guy Gardner resigns from the Green Lantern Corps. Green Lantern Corps issue 15. A ringless Guy Gardner decides to hit the streets of Baltimore, Batman style, and ends up messing up big time. Green Lantern Corps number 16. Simon gets Guy Gardner out of a situation with the Third Army that would have been fatal had Simon not showed up when he did. Green Lantern Corps Annual 1. It's the Battle of Oa all over again. Guy Gardner and Kyle Rayner lead the charge, along with Atrocitus' Manhunters, against the Guardians and their Third Army. As the Guardians siphon more power from the First Lantern Volthoom, he escapes. Wrath of the First Lantern is next. Green Lantern Corps number 17. Volthoom, the First Lantern, has Guy Gardner captured, and he looks up and down his timeline, presenting visions to Guy of what would have happened had he made different choices throughout his life. Green Lantern Corps number 18. We once again have to live out the tragic events of John Stewart's past, only this time, First Lantern, Volthoom, shows him different outcomes that may have happened had he made different decisions. Green Lantern Corps number 19. Mogo returns and reignites the will of the Green Lantern Corps. Green Lantern Corps number 20. Guy Gardner settles some unfinished business with a villain named Czar and decides he's going to cool his heels and take it easy for a while. The best part of this volume, in my opinion, was the return of the Lost Lanterns. Pre-New 52, the Green Lantern Corps title had like a group of lanterns that always appeared in the stories. They were like the core essential part of the book. But once the New 52 rolled around, they sort of got dropped for these other characters, and the book was more focused on Guy Gardner and John Stewart. And here, randomly, at the 11th hour, these two big events closing out the Jeff Johns era of Green Lantern. In the background, if you look, you start to see familiar characters like Soranik Natu, who I thought was written out of continuity as Sinestro's daughter. You got Eurecia, she's back. They're back. So it was nice to see those characters back. I don't know if they're ever going to play like a major role again, but they're still around and they're still out there and they're still part of the story. Also in this collection, you get the Green Lantern Corps Annual 1, which is the finale, the big battle of the Rise of the Third Army story arc. And at least you get an important chapter in this collection, unlike Red Lanterns or Green Lantern New Guardians, where it's all filler. You get something important here, even though you don't get the follow-up. All that being said, I really did enjoy the inclusion of Guy Gardner's family here, seeing the family dynamics, a family of police officers, Guy Gardner being that failed cop, but he ends up becoming a space cop in the Green Lantern Corps, and seeing them fight the Third Army together side by side, just the family dynamics there. It was interesting to see, get a little peek behind the curtain at Guy Gardner's life, but it wasn't enough to save this volume. And once again, broken record back here again. This is once again a Green Lantern book that's bogged down by the two major events that are going on. You get some issues that deal with the Rise of the Third Army event. You get some issues that deal with the Wrath of the First Lantern event. They don't really go together too well. You're missing chapters, you're missing pieces, you're not getting a complete story. But if you're a Guy Gardner fan, there may be enough here for you just to find the book passable. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give Green Lantern Corps Willpower a 3 out of 5. I really like the Guy Gardner family stuff. But other than that, until next time, I'll see you there.